Hello everyone in the Philippines and all around the world. I would like to announce today the discovery of new mathematics for advanced information technology. When I say new mathematics, I mean a set of mathematical rules that have been there but not exploited yet by the human mind. And all this comes about because of just one idea. And the idea is very simple. Everyone can understand it because I myself started developing this idea when I was just 5 years old. And I hope that all of you can unite with me to understand what I'm going to explain. There is nothing hard here because everything you are going to listen is very practical. It is something you live with, but you don't understand. And it's all about numbers. So the discovery started with this idea. If you have a number like 7, as we used to think, 7 is just a 7. But the idea is that inside this 7, there is 6, there is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you have something like this. Inside 7, you will have all the values here. Therefore, the number 7 looks like this antenna. This antenna. As I will show you, the antenna has segments. It can be stretched and we can reduce it to one piece like that. When you look at it as one piece, you may say this is just one, but it is not, because inside are other segments which are smaller and they range from the bigger one to the smaller one. Therefore, when you pull out the antenna, you see what you get? It's the same. So inside 7, there is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's why number 7 can express itself using all the values below it. And when I say the values below it, you see this. It's just like that. Inside 7, there is 6, there is 5, there is 4, 3, 2, 1. In order for you to understand this idea, I would like to give you an example of money that everybody likes. Because you like counting money. Even people who didn't go to school, they can count the money perfectly. Therefore, I would like to show you this. If you have, for example, $100 bill, you go to a store, you buy an item for $12, then you will be given a change. The change will be $88. And this change will come to you in bills of 50, 20, 10, 5, 2, $1. All this, as you see, come from just this one bill of 100. So 100 can produce as many bills as possible. If you change this money into bills of $1 each, then you will have a long line of bills of dollars. And also, if we can have the license to make the bills we like, we can make bills of 99, 97, 84, 73, bills of 26, bills of 9, and down to 1. So we will have all these possibilities we call degrees of freedom. But in our terms here, going back to the first graphic here, it shows these are levels of variability. So if we go back to our number 7, all these values mentioned here are the levels of variability of number 7. 7 can use all these values to express itself, to perform, to do something. Therefore, 7 is not just 7. 7 includes all the numbers below it, down to 0. So, the advantage here is that because of this structure that we have seen above, a number can take different values from a level to another. Therefore, the value of the number itself depends on all the numbers below it. And as a consequence of all of that, numbers can produce energy at different levels. And as you see that the number can stretch in one dimension, like that, in 2 dimensions, like this, and in 3 dimensions. You see? This is number 7 here. When we get all the values out of number 7, you see what we get? All this will come. This is in 1 dimension. If we go to 2 dimensions, you see what we get? How many? Small. If we go to 3 dimensions, of course the cube, the big cube you see here is based on number 4. It's not based on number 5. Therefore it looks a bit smaller. But if I had to make the one of number 7, then we had to go 3 more levels above. So how many small cubes here will be inside? So many. So many. Anyway, all of these will be calculated accurately. It will tell us. They are mathematics which will lead us to really find at every level how much energy there is. And this is what we call information. And what we are talking about here, it is about relativity centering on numbers. You must remember that Einstein talked about relativity of big objects in space. But in this case here, we are talking about relativity in small scale, what we call Planck scale. It's a very, very small scale. Therefore, we use only numbers in order to express everything. And we are introducing the idea that the numbers are relative. Numbers can take different values from a place to another. I will be explaining all of these in proper lectures, chapter by chapter. I have a whole book and we will be discussing all about these things. So now let us see what this idea is going to give to humanity. First of all, because of this understanding we have of numbers, we are going to liberate the electrons and all the subatomic particles. Because through quantum mechanics, we learned that the electrons and other subatomic particles don't like to be or locked in one place. They like to be free and like to be in many places at the same time. That's why this theory is coming in. These mathematics are coming in to allow electrons to be in many places at the same time. And I'm saying this because the system that we are using in our computing process today, that system doesn't allow electrons to be in many places at the same time. We know that we use 2 digits which represent the bits of information. We call zeros and ones. An electron is forced to be either 0 or 1 at a time. Because of that way of handling the electrons, our technology has been so poor. The information technology could not take us where we like to be. But don't worry, because scientists have made already a very remarkable progress in this, because they were able to discover what we call quantum bits. And in that system, 0 and 1 can interact. Therefore, the electrons are free to move. Therefore, the quantum bits are really a great discovery for humankind, because it is going to bring us to a new level. We are going to make new computers called quantum computers. Unfortunately, today they are still being formed, just like the computers we use today were formed before. They are just occupying a whole room. But in the future, they can be reduced to the size of your laptop, to the size of your cell phone, as we do today. But much advanced, much efficient in performance for information. Therefore, we have now the possibility. Numbers are going to help us to give the opportunity to the electrons to work efficiently. The electrons will be liberated, because the electrons can be in many places at the same time, and numbers offer that opportunity. You may be asking me how a number can be in many places at the same time. Yes, number can do that. I will give you a simple example. We are here in the Philippines, and many times we go out to play games in the Olympic Games. And in order to go and play, we don't bring the entire Philippines. We just form delegations. A team of basketball players, a team of volleyball players, a team of swimmers, a team of taekwondo, etc. So all these teams represent the 100 million Filipinos. Yes or not? Yes, because victory or defeat of the teams will be also the victory or defeat of the Philippines. It's clear. So Philippines is being represented by the 5 basketball players, the 6 volleyball players, the 11 soccer players, the 1 swimmer. You understand? 100 million can be represented by just one person. And that's the miracle. Numbers can do that. And I will show you the process, how to process a number in order for it to produce all the values below it, to use many values below it, and to be in many places at the same time. So speaking of many places at the same time, during the Olympic Games, when the teams are assigned in one day to perform basketball, in volleyball, in swimming, in taekwondo, in judo, in wrestling, they will be performing maybe at the same time in different stadiums. And we will say, yes, it is the Philippines playing there. Yes, the Philippines play. Yes, they have a gold. Yes, they have a silver. They have a bronze. So all of this because of what numbers allow us to do. Numbers can allow us to be in many places at the same time. So they can allow first the electrons to be in many places at the same time. So as I have said, if we can liberate the electrons, then we will have this easy life, I will call it. Easy life that is going to come to us. Because our computers will be able to do anything. And I'm telling you in advance that these mathematics are going to lead us to finding what is called the singularity. The singularity that we have been wondering about. We will find it here. And if you would like, right now, I can do it. But this is not today. Because there is a process. We have to go through that process before we reach to the singularity. So, this is a big news if you understand what I am saying, and if you have a dream as a country, as a school, as a company, as an individual, just study the singular numerical relativity. The singular numerical relativity is this mathematical theory which will lead us to becoming better than ever, of having a better life than ever. So I would like to urge everyone, please, this is the time. I am making this announcement after 50 years of living with that idea. The idea I told you that numbers are flexible, numbers can be stretched. That idea started when I was 5 years old. And the mathematics have been developed in the last 3 years. So I have been developing this mathematics for 3 years. I have it all. For scientists, I would like to tell you that you don't need to search anymore about quantum gravity, about singularity, because it is here. Because all are here. It has been already revealed. Therefore, let's learn it through the person who understands it better. So, this is the time. And I wish you all good luck. I have made this announcement for everyone in the world. This is free for everyone. If you like, make your comments, ask me questions, and I will be answering. If your school is interested, if your company is interested to learn about this, invite me and I will be there. Thank you very much.